Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's adjust the sound. How's that? Well, this is part 2 of a very exciting evening. You've seen one All-Star be revealed here 30 short minutes ago. But before I introduce you to another All-Star Brit, I want to introduce you to a few people behind the scenes that made this evening possible. And firstly, I want to acknowledge who did the building for us, because that's important. There's a lot of money that we spent. We took a lot of time in deciding who we were going to have build this store. And I want to thank Mirakami Nelson out of the Bay Area for being our architects. But our general contractors, Sutter Builders, Rick Osen and Brian, I want to thank Mahoney. I want to thank both of them. They did an excellent job. If you can give them a round of applause, I appreciate them, the hard work on our project. Secondly, there's clearly I've got an exciting and dynamic management staff, so I'd like a few people to come up and join me, and that would be my department heads. So if Chad Brown and Val Shintaku and Jill Barron and Simon Jones are here, if you come up and join me, I'd like to introduce you. While they're making their way up here, there are also 2 other people that are really stars in the Nilo company and are really responsible for putting on events like this. And they are a marketing manager, Summer Wright, and Megan Desideri, who worked tirelessly on this particular project. If you give them a round of applause, they did absolutely outstanding. So Summer and Megan, if you could come up as well, I appreciate that. Here's Megan Desideri. Give her a round of applause. Outstanding job. So my general sales manager, one of my right hands, is Richard Fowler. He happens to be a Brit as well. Please don't hold that against him.
Inflicted.
So anyways, Richard does an outstanding job for me in the sales department, and I really appreciate his efforts. Round of applause for Richard. Thank you very much. We want to give him a round of applause because he's going to be putting the exhaust on this F-Type in about a couple of minutes. My used car pre-owned manager, who manages the used car inventories for both dealerships, Simon Jones. Simon. Thank you. Also a Brit. Don't hold it against them. And then my parts and service director, Chad Brown. He is really in charge of the fixed operations here in service and parts. He's done an outstanding job. He'd come on with me when I came on 2.5 years ago. So I really appreciate the effort that he put into putting this event on. So Chad Brown, thank you very much. And I absolutely have to acknowledge my darling wife, who's the father of my 5 sons. If she's here, she can come forward. I appreciate that. Linda, if you're out there in the crowd, she is a stunner. Yeah, so Richard said she'll be in a wheelchair come after 5 boys. She's an absolute star. She homeschools my 5 boys and does an amazing job. She's a star. Lastly, always I want to thank the Lord because He gives me the talents and these types of things to do these types of events, and so without Him I would be absolutely nowhere, and so I'm very thankful for Him in my life. And thank you to the Nilo family. Rick Nilo has absolutely supported me the last 12 years with him and his company. He is an absolute gemstone. I so enjoy working for him. He's a gentleman. He's a great leader, and clearly we acknowledged that earlier, and so I'm very thankful to be with the Nilo company. Now to something a bit more exciting, but not much more. If you forgive us for boasting, this has not been a bad year for the Brits. A new Bond film, Diamond Jubilee of Her Majesty the Queen. Andy Murray won the US Open. You know, when he loses, he's Scottish, but when he wins, he's British. And we also organised a small sporting event you might have seen, and it seemed to go rather well as well. So some of you will get that on the way home. The Olympics. But this evening we've got something more to celebrate, and that's the arrival of two new British stars in California. One, you've seen the all-new Range Rover. The second is the Jaguar F-Type. But before we show you the Jaguar F-Type, see a film of these two Brits invading Hollywood last week.